Cruise news. A new and very controversial fee by Mexico has the cruise industry up in arms, and there are warnings by cruise lines that they may take their business elsewhere. I'm going to get you the details. Plus, in other news, we have a hunger strike on a cruise ship, one cruise passenger is going to prison, and a cruise line is being sold. And there is loads more going on as well. I'm going to get you the top 10 cruise news updates to get you fully up to speed, and I'm going to get you the information fast coming up. Welcome to the Travel Scouts. My name is Jason. We are your cruise information channel. We get you the cruise news and information you're looking for quickly without wasting your time. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number one, a cruise line has been sold. HX, which was formerly known as 𝗏𝗏 Expeditions, has been acquired by a group of investors. The Expedition Cruise Line operates a fleet of 5 ships, and the acquisition is being promoted as a good thing for the cruise line. They believe that this will provide the resources needed to grow their fleet and increase the offerings they have available to their customers. Then number 2, Cozumel, Mexico is seeking to build an underground pedestrian walkway for cruise passengers at the International Cruise Terminal. The International Cruise Terminal is used primarily by Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, MSC, and Disney Cruise Line. The proposed walkway would be around 340 feet long, and it would connect the shopping malls of the International Cruise Terminal with the Royal Village shopping center that is across the street. The construction of the underground pedestrian walkway would accomplish 3 things. First, it would open up more shopping opportunities for cruise passengers. Second, it would allow individuals to cross safely to and from that shopping. And third, it would reduce the disruption to vehicular traffic on the above roadway. If approved, the project would cost around $4.3 million US, and it would take approximately 24 months to complete. Stay tuned for updates. Moving on to number 3, some passengers on board 𝗏𝗏 𝗥𝗏𝗃's sh Diana cruise ship have staged a hunger strike. The sh Diana departed South Africa on November 13th. This was for a 21-day voyage, with the key aspect of the sailing being 3.5 days they were going to spend exploring Antarctica. The ship was scheduled to complete the cruise on December 3rd in Argentina. However, on day number 14, something went wrong. The vessel encountered mechanical problems with the propeller drive, and now it is traveling at only 6 knots. So the captain made the difficult decision to skip Antarctica and go straight to Argentina. The sh Diana is arriving there today, 3 days before the sailing was supposed to end. The cruise line intends to use this time to get the ship repaired so it is ready for its next cruise. Now, as you can imagine, the 170 passengers on board are very disappointed. They paid between $9,000 and $16,000 US for the voyage. Do know that 𝗏𝗏 𝗥𝗏𝗃 did offer some compensation. Passengers could choose to receive either a 50% cash refund or a 65% future cruise credit. Additionally, since they would be arriving in Argentina 3 days early, 𝗏𝗏 𝗥𝗏𝗃 agreed to provide free daily excursions for all passengers in Argentina until December 3rd when their flights were scheduled to depart. Now, a small group of passengers were extremely upset and staged a hunger strike. These individuals were demanding a 100% refund from the cruise line. It was a total of 3 cruisers from Russia that were involved in this. 2 of those have ended their strike, but 1 is still going. The CEO of the cruise line issued a statement about the situation saying, quote, 𝗏𝗏 𝗥𝗏𝗃 would like to reiterate that we deeply regret that we had to change the itinerary due to the technical problems with the propeller drive, and we understand the disappointment of our guests who are looking forward to a taste of Antarctica experience. We feel that we have offered a very generous compensation package beyond what is legally required. So I want to make this the question of the day. Reflecting on the compensation package that has been offered, the question is, do you think the compensation is fair? Chime in down below with A for yes, the compensation is fair, and B for no, the cruise line should do more. Chime in down below with where you stand on that. I will look forward to reading it, but now on with the cruise news. Next, number 4, Princess Cruises is now sailing from Port Canaveral for the first time ever. Princess first launched back in 1965. And since that time, they have never home ported in one of the world's largest cruise ports, Port Canaveral, Florida. But that has now changed with the arrival of the Caribbean Princess cruise ship. The Caribbean Princess can accommodate more than 3,000 passengers. And moving forward, the ship will offer both 6- and 8-day itineraries out of Port Canaveral. It will visit both the Eastern and Western Caribbean. Then number 5, a passenger who was banned from a cruise is now unbanned. The 𝗏𝗏 Odyssey cruise ship is one of the most controversial cruises of the year. It is the 3.5-year world cruise that was scheduled to depart back in May, but it was delayed for 5 months. The passengers had a private WhatsApp group, and along the way, some became frustrated and began to complain. The cruise line decided to ban 2 of them from the ship, but they have now reversed their decision for one of those individuals. That person will be permitted to rejoin the 𝗏𝗏cy on December 17th in Panama City. The other banned passenger is still not allowed on board at this time. Number 6, the largest cruise ships in the world cannot visit San Juan, Puerto Rico until further notice. Pier 3 West is the only pier in San Juan that can accommodate Royal Caribbean's Oasis and Icon class ships. But the pier is not currently certified to be able to safely handle those ships because of some damage that has occurred. Authorities are working to get necessary repairs and assessments completed. However, until that is finished, the large Royal Caribbean vessels will have to make arrangements for an alternative port of call. Moving on to number 7, a Carnival passenger who assaulted their fellow cruiser with a bar glass has been sentenced to prison. The incident occurred on the Carnival Magic cruise ship in October of last year. The convicted individual was asked to be quiet during a performance in the ship's theater. When he did not comply, his fellow passenger went to get assistance from the crew. The assailant then smashed a bar glass in the person's face and began to strike them repeatedly. The victim ended up needing 19 stitches. The aggressor pled guilty to assault, and a judge has now sentenced them to 2.5 years in prison. Next, number 8, cruise passengers get another chance at what may have been this year's hottest sailing. This year, the Hallmark Channel offered 2 Christmas-themed cruises. Both sold out very quickly, and there was a wait list of 60,000 passengers waiting to get on those sailings. So, Hallmark has decided that they will be offering the experience again next year. The cruise will take place on board the Norwegian Joy cruise ship. It is scheduled to depart out of Miami on November 6th of 2025. While on board, passengers will take part in a variety of events. This will include a tree lighting ceremony, Christmas-themed crafts, cookie decorating, meet and greets with Hallmark Channel stars, and an exclusive premiere of a new Hallmark Channel holiday movie in the ship's theater. Prices for the cruise are starting at around $1,400 per person. Then number 9, Carnival Cruise Line is preparing to say goodbye to Charleston, South Carolina. After 14 years of home porting in Charleston, the cruise line is now entering its last month of sailings. In 2022, Charleston announced that the contract with Carnival would not be renewed. The effort was led by a group of residents who have tried for years to get rid of the cruise line. So the Carnival Sunshine cruise ship will conduct its last voyage from the port on December 30th. Other cruise lines will continue to use the location as a port of call, however, none will be home porting there. That brings us to number 10. Mexico's Congress has voted to begin charging cruise passengers an additional $42 per person beginning in 2026. Previously, cruise passengers were exempt from this fee. It is referred to as the non-resident or immigration fee, and until now it has been $33, but it did not apply to cruise passengers. This new $42 fee would be on top of regular port taxes and fees. It would also be on top of the $5 state tax that will be charged to Cozumel and Costa Maya cruise passengers starting next year. If this is not altered, it will make Mexico ports of call the most expensive to visit in the world. Combined with all of the other fees, a family of 4 would be charged more than $200 just for being on a ship that docks in Mexico. One other kicker to be aware of is that most of the money collected will not go to improve cruise port infrastructure. Instead, it will be used to fund the Mexican military. The entire situation has the cruise industry up in arms, and they are working to stop the fee in its tracks. Here's the current situation. Mexico's lower Congress voted to approve the fee, but it still has to be approved by Mexico's Senate. The Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, representing 23 cruise lines, is taking the lead in the opposition, and they have formally requested for Mexico's president to reconsider the tax. They have noted that if it continues, the cruise lines could reduce their presence in Mexico. They said, quote, "Cruise lines are actively considering significantly altering itineraries which would reduce the more than 10 million passengers and 3,300 cruise ship arrivals expected to visit Mexico in 2025. The 𝗏𝗏CA also noted that the fee could cause cruise lines to reconsider their investments in Mexico with projects such as Royal Caribbean's Perfect Day in Costa Maya. This is potentially a major game changer for future cruise line plans. What are your thoughts about the new fee? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, subscribe and turn the notification bell on to stay up to date with the latest cruise news and information. The next video, it'll be coming out soon, but until then, keep on cruising and we'll catch you in the next video.